Beautiful party people, how we doing out there? It is Trego with Trego the DJ, and we are back with some unsolicited wedding advice because nobody asked for it. Before we get into things, I want to know what you guys are thinking on these topics, what topics I should be doing in the future, so make sure that you comment below. And I want to make sure that this is super fun to you, and I'm not just talking to a camera with a ring light. I've been talking about a ring light all freaking week long. Okay, cool. So let's jump into things. I feel like I've been shouting this topic from the rooftop. I feel like I've been ready for this talk for my whole life because I'm so passionate about this topic. And it is your wedding date. I'm telling you right now, you should consider dates other than a Saturday, okay? So let's just think about it real quick. About 70% of couples get married on Saturdays, which is fantastic. And it probably is the best day of the week to get married, but not by a long shot. It's way closer than you think. So first off, some of the myths that I want to debunk before talking about the value of picking a non-Saturday date, okay? First and foremost, I'm so worried about my friends and family getting time off of work or traveling or logistics or anything like that. Push that to the side. The people who want to be at your wedding will be at your weddings. We're adults. We're all big kids. We will figure it out. Another thing that I want to debunk is that the parties are better on Saturdays. That is not necessarily the case. It really all depends on the couple, and that's really what it comes down to. I've seen amazing weddings in the middle of the week. I mean, Chris and Dina comes to mind, 11/11/2020. They had a Wednesday wedding and their entire crowd was out on the dance floor the entire time and they raged for hours. So do not think that it's causation, it's more of correlation, okay? And if you have a great wedding professional, like a great DJ MC, they're going to be able to get the best out of your crowd. And honestly, your passion, your love story, your history with your spouse, that is going to be way more paramount than what day of the week you're getting married. Toss that out. I mean, that's really all I can think of why somebody would get married on a Saturday is they're worried about people getting off of work and being there, and they're worried about it being an awesome celebration. Let me know if you thought of anything else and we can have a conversation in the comments there. So I'm super curious about that. Let's talk about why non-Saturday dates are so awesome. One, first and foremost, is super pertinent to 2021 into 2022. Our dates are booking up. Everybody wants to get married on a Saturday. 70% of couples are going to get married on a Saturday. So you have 52 dates, but you really don't have 52 dates. You really have something like 30 to 40 where it's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's a good time of the year, it's not around the holidays. Like, there are not enough dates for people who want to get married on those. That's why you should consider having a non-Saturday wedding. And with that, you can get married sooner than you would if you got a Saturday, right? So a lot of people, there's different ways to plan things, but if you are sold on a venue, just ask what other options do we have for dates that are not Saturdays, right? You can get married sooner and start your life because, you know, a lot of the reason why you're going to get married is so that you can start a family, you can buy a house, you can do all the things. It's not necessarily the case, but you do want to start your life because it is such a to-do in order to get married, right? So start your life. Get married on a Friday and start your life together. Other reasons why non-Saturday weddings are so awesome is all your vendors are going to be way more available. I mean, you fell in love with this photographer on Instagram and you inquire about their dates and they're booked straight out to 2023. Hey, what about a Friday? What about a Thursday? What about a Sunday? You'll have a lot more options and it's not immediately going to be like, hey, I'm booked, a year out. It's going to be, hey, let's have this conversation. You're not reserving just your vendor, you're reserving your vendor on a specific date. So there's going to be huge supply and demand. There's going to be huge demand on Saturdays and less so on the other days of the week. So the other thing that's really nice is both vendors and venues, you can get a lot of value there. You might get a discount, you might get a free upgrade. You can always ask for it. It's the old Rob Trego additive, who's my dad. What's the worst they're going to say? No? I mean, you can be like, hey, what can you do for me? And a lot of times they want to win over your business, especially if you're a non-Saturday. And those non-Saturday weddings are really nice because the people who want to be at your wedding will be there. So the flip side is it cuts out a lot of the fat, a lot of the plus ones that don't really want to be there, a lot of the wishy-washy friends, a lot of your parents, friends who just have to be there, blah, 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 blah. I'll get into that. I'll get into guest list a whole nother time. But you are going to distill the party people who are there, who are a part of your love story, who have to be there to celebrate. And you're going to cut out the farewell friends. Let's talk about my top days of the week to get married. No surprise at the top, it is Saturdays. And I'm not going to allude and say that they're not awesome. But again, it's correlation, not causation. You can have a fantastic wedding that is not a Saturday. Number 2, and I really would say that this is like 1B, this is right under Saturdays, is Fridays. I love Friday weddings. I got married on a Friday. I talk all my friends into getting married on Fridays because it's awesome. It's like, hey, do you want to do a half day at work? You want to be in your suit, sipping martinis by the end of the day? Yes, sign me up. Let's rage on a Friday, and then we can relax, lay in bed on Saturday, recover, do all our errands on Sunday, and hit Monday hard. Sign me up. Oh, I love it. Then my number 3 is probably going to surprise a lot of people. You would probably think it's Sunday, and I do want to say Sunday is my number 4. It's a great day to get married. I don't want to insult anybody who's getting married on a Sunday because it is a popular date. But my number 3 option is Thursdays. I love Thursday weddings. They're just like Fridays. You just kind of like go, you rage, you have a great time. I shouldn't even be the thirsty Thursday. This is so crazy. It's taking me back to college, right? And then you kind of struggle through Friday, or you take Friday off, or whatever it may be, and then you're cruising again. I love a Thursday wedding. So fun. People rage, people pay for it later, and it's totally fine. So, people want to celebrate you. And that's really what it comes down to is do not fear. You're going to have a great wedding, whether you choose a Saturday, a non-Saturday, you choose in the middle of the Arctic or in Hawaii or wherever it may be. The people are going to come out for you guys as long as you're pumped up about it. And maybe you should consider being pumped up about a non-Saturday. Hey, you know the drill. This is just my advice. This is just some unsolicited wedding advice. And I'm Trego. Out.